Nigerians in certain positions that have put the interests of their country first. I mean, they had the opportunity to do otherwise, but they insisted that we will do what is right by our country and what is right by our conscience. You know, and the country has been better for it. Not politically now, but, you know, picking maybe other Nigerians who maybe never had anything to do with politics. For instance, the former DG of NAFDAC. You know, who finally brought that organization to the fore. Some people said she did pretty well, regardless of whether or not, you know, it would seem that it was the interest of Nigeria that was at heart at the end of the day. So if an organization, if someone is given room to restructure an organization the way they want to,
and he did it well,
you know, that it could actually help a leader. But when you're already guided by a book, which some people say is flawed, you know, structurally, regardless of how hard you try, you might not be able to manage it.
Yes, like the woman you mentioned, there are so many of them. She's not alone. There are so many people like
that. Oh, of course.
Yes. You see, but one thing about some people is that when you come into a political shade or color, a party, you know, remember I said independent candidacy, you change. The Dora Akunyili of NAFDAC was different from the information minister we had.
What do you think was responsible for that? If you truly believe that? I
truly believe that the party will gauge and cage your thinking and your acts. When you do well, it becomes anti-party or anti-party activity. You see, some of these parties are not built for Nigerians. Some of these parties are built there to protect the interests of the founding fathers of the parties. The parties will not allow you to work. And that's why I keep saying, the only person that will do well in Nigeria must rise over and above a political party. It's not about APC or PDP. It's about the Nigerian.
Let me bring this question in. Ojo AK says, what happens if the representation as presented by the various interests to the confab is skewed towards a tribe?
Then it's not a confab.
Because as it is now, they don't know how it will be composed, the composition.
No. You see, this will be the most delicate thing. Look, it will be the way to succeed should start from, number one, the representations.
Even though they are all spelled out, but the ethnic origin of some of those people, as Wale Oshun talked about, he doesn't know, because if it's skewed to one tribe and then you get in there, the conference is skewed to maybe the views of a certain tribe, how do you think that will play out?
If that one works, it will conflagrate the situation. You know, Nigeria is already burning. It's like adding fuel and lighting a match. It has to be there should be a delicate balance. And when I say delicate balance, for example, even in a state, like say in Kaduna State, you have two broad nationalities here in the state, Kaduna State. You have the Hausa Fulanis, you have the Southern Kadunas. So if you go to that state, assuming the state is privileged to have more than 5 persons, it must cover the shades and opinions and the nationalities where they come from.
Yeah, but in this case, if like the president of MBA, president of academics, or 10 groups, maybe 8 of those groups happen to come from, say, a certain region. It's not by design.
That one is different. We have ethnic people coming in. We probably have associations. Like in MBA, for example, I don't even care whether the president is a Yoruba or Hausa. It doesn't make a difference to me.
Yes, but
other people think.
When you now get to the conference, and then they start the discussions, and then maybe because assuming it's already skewed from the onset, then you're able to easily get your 75% consensus. Won't something kick in, and some people say, whoa, wait a minute, this doesn't favor, so why should we even act? So how, if all this happen, because nobody knows what will happen, one wonders how it will be handled eventually.
Well, let me tell you, MBA for one, we have our agenda, we have sat, we have agreed, we have what we are presenting. And whoever is there for MBA, of course, dares not go outside of it. Our own is professional presentation. We're not going there to talk on this things. And remember what our president said? He said, we need more than one representative because we're going to galvanize the opinions of others and marshal them
in the conference.
Yeah, that's what
the opinions of others where In Derby or in the conference?
No, in the conference.
Oh, okay.
You know, he had a press conference, you know. Yeah. So he said that we need more than one, that one member, it will not be enough to do that, to represent not just us, but the entire Nigeria. So I'm sure the CSOs, they equally can. But I agree with you that CSOs might not be mindful of this. It could be tilted or skewed in favor of one. Unintentionally, I know. Unintentionally.
If that happens, albeit unintentionally.
Yes.
And then, remember, they say they will be the ones to decide what happens to their recommendations.
Yes.
Now, if we go by what some people think that, no, it shouldn't go to the National Assembly. And then they say subject it to a referendum.
Okay.
Wouldn't that sort all that fear out?
Well, even if it's subject to referendum, it will still have that problem. Even the problem you never had at the conference, you will not have it at the referendum. You know that. At the National Assembly is even better. I keep saying it's better.
But they say it's skewed towards this skewed constituencies representation already.
No, already before the men who had these men, we knew where they are coming from. We can look at them, they are not faceless, they are known. Even though their voting system could be anything. But it's much easier to hold on to the National Assembly to see it through than this referendum. Who organizes the referendum? Have we been able to have a good election in Nigeria for the first time? We could have some are better than others comparatively. Have we ever had a good census in Nigeria?
Will it affect the, shall I say, the selection of those?
No. It will affect the referendum.
How?
Referendum is pushing it before the people for them to vote. Who will control their votes in the north? Who control their votes in the east? Is it the chairman of a party dominant there, or the governor? That would be the worst. You know, many people, I've heard so many of my colleagues saying, it must go through the referendum. You are putting it in the doorsteps, on the laps of the governors.
Are they, really?
Oh, yes. Once you go to that, you see, haven't you had the local government elections? Has the state, has
but everybody has one vote.
Has one vote?
Yeah.
you talk as if you're not in Nigeria.
Is there something you know that we don't? Let us into this.
It's not about having one vote. It's about what will come out as the outcome of the election.
Oh, okay.
Who will conduct it? Is it INEC or ISEC or what they call state independent election? Because there must be a body that will conduct a referendum. It's not being conducted from nowhere. Somebody will conduct it. And after the election just finished, people were crying. I had a lot of people from here and all crying out. That is INEC. What of the one that will be conducted by the State Independent Electoral Commission? How did they conduct the referendum? A referendum, don't try it in Nigeria.
But it would have been the ideal thing for you.
No, it could have been the ideal thing. The referendum is if it will be well managed. If it will be well managed. Once you conclude it, you have allegation and counter-allegation. And let me tell you, the court is there waiting. Before you know it, someone has gone to court. I just pray nobody goes to court before we start.
Ugo Udoji is a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we'll return after this break. Join us again.